Oh God. Guess where I'm at? Not in my tent. That thing is out there. I'm in here. And I got my shade thing. My shade thing over me. So nobody can see me. See? So, holy smokes. So it got really cold here last night. I think it was 40. And I didn't want to turn the propane thing on in the tent and be this tired, so I didn't want to fall asleep like that with that running, keeping me warm. But yeah, I was chilled. I got chilled pretty bad, and me getting chilled doesn't work out. I get muscle spasms severely, so I can't get chilled like that. But I have my loyal car. They don't allow camping in RV parks or tent areas in your car, apparently, because the few that we've gone to before would just make us say that you have to do an RV site, which is a lot more expensive. Doesn't make sense, but so I had to run and get a small and expensive tent and set up, thinking in my head I was probably going to go ahead and sleep in the car anyways, especially if it got cold. But that's what ended up happening. I was definitely out there. I was in sleeping bag, everything, but hold on. Oh my goodness. I was in my sleeping bag. I was out there. I tried. I definitely was going to do it, but then I got cold. Yeah. So I came in here. This is my cover. So, well, I'm in sleeping bags, but this is my cover so nobody knows I'm in my car. So, and shields you. It's so light, like it's just the shade, a window shade. But it's so light that it even keeps you from getting all the sun in your eyes when you're sleeping. And it keeps you from being revealed, since people don't like somebody being in the car. Anyways, I thought I was going to sleep all day just because I'm pretty tired. But it didn't happen. Here I am, wide awake. Ugh. Whatever. I'm going to go enjoy this day. Actually, I'm going to give you the story. So, yesterday night, I found a spot in where I was staying in Alabama. I found a spot within the city limits of Gulf Shores, and it was Walmart. So they're Walmart, and they have such the perfect spot because it's got trees everywhere, little kind of feels secluded parking spots, and I parked away from the Walmart. I parked right next to this broke down van looking thing, like a food truck thing, and it kind of gave me some shield, so it was a good spot. I was out of the way, not hurting anybody. I didn't have stuff up on my windows. You wouldn't even be able to tell unless somebody walks by or sees a car that's just sitting there and wants to know if anybody's in it. Well, apparently I was probably the only car in the parking lot, and at 3 o'clock in the morning I am sleeping so hard because I'm thinking Walmart's all allow for parking. overnight parking. I know that's a thing, but apparently it's just certain ones because they're privately owned, and you're allowed to. If they say yes, then you're good. So I'm thinking I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna sleep so good. I probably was in some kind of position that probably legs up on the, who knows, but because I was sleeping hard. I had my earplugs in. I had my fan going. And about 3 o'clock in the morning, tap tap on my window with the flashlight. And Susan, yes, definitely can use a very bright light, a floodlight in your face, in someone's face, to get them blinded where they can't see what they're doing. The cops do it. Holy cow, I was like, ah! Like, what the heck? And he kept it in my face. Like, are you serious? Like, I am trying to wake up. My eyes are, you know. Oh my God. So he's like, what are you doing? And so I had to get the key and put it in the ignition and roll down my back window. And I'm sitting there, and he's still blinding me with it. Oh my gosh. He's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm sleeping. And he was like, Gulf Shores has a city ordinance that it is illegal to sleep in your car. And I was like, are you serious? So I was kind of dumbfounded because just a couple years before I had lived here. I lived here about 5 years ago. Before we even lived here, we came down and never got a hotel. All of us we slept at the public parking. We slept in the vehicle. We slept on the beach. And it was just so freeing. And a lot of people, you could just tell it was so freeing, and people were doing that. And nobody ever bothered you. Never had a cop come by to see what you were doing. So I assumed it was the same way. But apparently, I found out real quick that is a particular law that is getting passed almost everywhere. You're literally going to jail for sleeping in your car. Whoa. And so he of course asked if are you dressed? And I'm like, yes. So he said, can you step out? I need your ID, driver's license. And I'm still like really groggy. Like, I'm trying to wake up, so my mind is not as, clear. But I'm super innocent. Like, I'm not worried that, anything's going to happen. So there's nothing for me to hide. And I'm like, okay, sure. So I get out of the car, and I have to get in the front seat to get my wallet, to give him my ID. So he's blinding me to do that. And then I turn around and hand him the driver's license, and he runs it. Like, he says something, Kentucky, whatever. And so I'm asking him questions. I'm like, wow, when did they pass this? And, he's like, I've only been here 6 months. Because, I'm like, okay. But anyways, he said, well, this is a arrestable offense. I could take you in and you could be arrested. Okay. So I'm thinking, what are you gonna do? Oh my God, would that be hilarious? I mean, I would probably be kind of pissed, but kind of funny in a way. A good story, but that's sad. That's sad. I don't understand that at all. Wow, so you're gonna arrest me for sleeping in my car, saving money, going on an adventure, not hurting anybody, not hurting anything. There's nothing I'm doing that's hurting anybody, except people who are just worried for me, thinking something's gonna happen to me. And I'm telling you guys, this is like the safest. Like, I'd much rather be in this than a tent. And guess what? These laws, you can sleep out on the sidewalk, but you can't sleep in your car. Like, tell me how stupid this is. But I was like, so he didn't arrest. He said, I'll let this go. Just, go get a hotel somewhere. And I'm like, he wasn't mean, he wasn't nasty or anything, but he wasn't nice either. He wasn't like, he just wasn't like, yeah, he was kind of cold. But anyway, so I think that kind of upset me a little more, because you don't got to be that way. Because anyway, so I was like, all right, thank you, have a good night. And got in my car, or whatever, just started driving away. And I just said, okay, so I'm gonna find out now if the next town up, which is where I lived also for a little bit, which was Foley, if the next town up was sleep in your car free zone. But so I went up to far enough to get out of the city of Gulf Shores so I wouldn't be harassed again. And I pulled in a parking lot to do my research. Well, I even asked him, I said, where is this posted? Like, where do I find out what it is? He said, well, it's on the city of Gulf Shores, website or whatever. And so I'm like, okay. And so I tried to look everywhere. Like, I'm looking through this stupid, oh my God, do you know how many laws there are? How many ordinances there are? Oh my, geez, come on. I couldn't find anything. So that's not easy. That's not convenient. You don't have a clue. And especially if you're coming in from another state, you're not going to know all of their hundreds and hundreds of ordinances. You're not going to know what's legal and what's illegal. And so that's not friendly at all. But anyways, I started researching, and I got looking at Foley, trying to find theirs to see if they were legal or illegal, and if they passed their law there. I couldn't find anything, and I'm pretty good at researching.
Okay, I gotta insert this video because I forgot to tell you. But did you know that majority of rest areas, rest stops, you cannot sleep more than 3 hours? Like, it's not for sleeping overnight. You can't do it. So, and the limit, I'm pretty sure on majority of them, is just 3 hours. It might be 2 to 3, but you will be arrested there too, or ran off. I don't know if many people know that, but you can get in trouble at a rest stop where it says rest area, where people are supposed to rest and get off the road. No, they don't want you doing that. So let me tell you, the way I sleep, if I get sleepy after driving and there's a rest stop and I go in and you only give me 3 hours, I'm going to be worse off. I'm not going to be able to drive. That's sad. So, yes, look it up. It's true. I can't believe it. It's sad. It's rest area. Like, how dumb is that? Okay, I forgot to put that in there. But yeah, look it up. Crazy.
And so I get a little frustrated, and I'm like, this is not nice. This is not cool at all. And I start seeing videos of, news videos of the town over, also from here, which is Fairhope, which is such a cute little historical town. I just love that little place. And so there's a news thing talking about a citywide ban for Fairhope for sleeping in your car. You could be arrested up to 6 months. Wait a minute, no. I feel like I heard that somewhere in some city, but because I did look at a lot of stuff, I watched a lot of videos. But 60 days in jail, and then like fines. Oh my God, roll your freaking eyes. This is the stupidest law I can't believe this. But anyway, so people were protesting against it, or, especially people who are falling on hard times. and they have their car. It's paid, you know, when your car is paid for, you don't have any bills. But they have their car to stay in until they can get on their feet. They can work and keep going. But then if you want a vacation in your car, you could just, you know, save a lot of money, especially if you're stealth like me and can make it with very minimum stuff. I don't understand why that can't be a choice. So I'm a little frustrated at this point now. And that's why I said I'm mad at Alabama, so I left to Florida. I don't even know their laws either. I'm finding all of this out so that I can hopefully educate everybody else, because I don't want anybody else to get in this position. So if you're thinking I'm worrying about y'all worrying about me, you know, with people being hurt in the car. I have so much weapons. I mean, I have my .357. I have my wall spray. I have knives. I have everything. Nobody's gonna come in this thing and hurt me. It is the cops you have to worry about. It's the laws you have to worry about. It's the control and the money making freaks that you have to worry about. Like, they want everybody to get a hotel. They want everybody to spend, because they tax the hell out of those places. And if you're sleeping in your car, they're not making any money. You're not paying property taxes on your home. They're losing money if you sleep in your car or live in your car. It's that simple. It's about money and control. That is so sad. That's so sad. But now it just exposed and opened up a new thing that I didn't particularly know a lot about, which I did do some of my research on how to stay in your car before I left, but I didn't think that you weren't allowed. But there's a lot more to this, but let me get back to you. I'm going to come back in a minute. I need to take a breath. No, someone's calling, so I need to call them back. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. But, so when I was up in Foley, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go to the Foley Walmart. So I went in there. I'm going to go in and purchase a water and ask somebody. So there was this lady that was up by the counter, checkout, and she, I said, I got the water out of the cooler, and I said, hey, I got a question for you. Is it okay if I got a couple hours of sleep out in the parking lot? I just found out that Gulf Shores has a city ban that it's illegal to sleep in your car. And she just kind of smiled and like smirked, as if, I could tell she's like, I've heard this before. And I said, but I know that most Walmarts are pretty good about overnight sleeping, as long as you're good and you're out of here early, whatever. And she smirked again and was like, yeah. And I said, because it's privately owned, right? And she just went, yeah, or just kind of like a smile. And I said, can I get a couple hours here? I didn't know if you guys allowed that here. And she was like, yeah. She's like, you could get some hours here. She's like, and she started, she was so sweet. She started to tell me where to park, the best, spot, kind of out of the way, but not too far, where you still got the lights or whatever. And I sleep pretty good to where I don't care if I hear people outside or cars going by. That's not a problem for me. And most of the time I'll put in earplugs or my music. So I'm not really concerned about that. But she was trying to tell me where to go, the best spot. And I was so appreciative of that, because now I can finish my sleep for the night. So I did. And it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Got up and was feeling like, I need to do some researching on this. I want to feel like I can sleep through the night without that happening again, because that is frustrating. And now I said I'm gonna head towards Florida. I'm done with Alabama at this moment. just I needed to just go see another place. I wanted to go to Destin. I heard it was so beautiful. The water was gorgeous, so I was gonna head that way, and that was only like 70 miles from where I was at, so why not? But anyways, I started towards Destin, and I felt this pull to go into the Navarre Beach and just drive down that way, and I ended up right there at the pier, and I got some lunch and I started talking to a couple people, and what a cute little place. It's like a little hometown feel. It's not too developed, it's not all touristy, but whoa, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. It's definitely prettier on this side. But anyways, so then I decided I'm gonna go ahead and just grab 2 nights at a park where I can pull into my own site that I pay for, and I'm legal now. But most places don't allow you to. Most RV parks and stuff, or tent places, don't allow you to sleep in your car either. They want a tent put up. So I complied. I understand that they got their rules. But if you put a tent up and you still want to sleep in your car, like I am now, I got my own little tent in here. See? I'm covered. Nobody can see me. This is just a car shade, window shade. It's light. It's pretty smart. I'm pretty happy that nobody's looking in on me. But anyways, I also got my little private spot. But I was able to relax and sleep and not worry about it. So there you have it. And now I'm gonna educate some people on sleeping in your car. And now it kind of gave me a little bit of it's kind of like, how do I explain it? So now they're telling you can't do something, so you're like, oh yes I am. I'm going to find those spots, and I'm going to find a community of people that will actually allow you to sleep in their driveway or something. Like, there are people out there, they're called boondockers or whatever. But I knew that too because I'm in part of groups because I was studying, researching, especially since we're going to do a lot more traveling. But that's my point here. So, yes, we have our city ordinances and all the rights that they're taking away from us, and we have, people are going to jail for practicing their, sleeping in their car, the car that they pay for. Just doesn't make sense. Okay, but anyways, so now we, the people who are sick and tired of being controlled, we've got to come together. We have to be the community, the silent, like the underground community of people where we get together, use the social media to come together as a community and say, hey, here's a good spot. I was able to sleep here in my car, and just let each other know what's up, and open up our own driveways for people who just want to sleep in their car, that are respectful. And then, so I started finding that, which was really cool. And I'm like, oh, people are doing that. That's what I'm talking about, is we've got to start becoming, taking care of us. Because the officials are not listening to us. They don't care. They want to make money. And they want to control whatever they can. So, I started finding the communities of people that do that. And then I seen where a lady who makes a long trip to go see her sister once a year, and she stays in her van, and so she finds the places that she can stay, and she'll let other people know. And she says she goes through Kentucky, and that's where she gets some issues, and the cops don't want her sleeping in her van. Wow, which is so crazy. At a 24-hour gas station, they got, you know, upset they couldn't arrest her or whatever, because she had permission from the managers and stuff. She does this once a year, and so they got to know her. And I just replied to her, and I said, if you're still making that trip and you come through Kentucky, you are welcome to stay in our driveway. Like, why not? I have a driveway that you can pull into out of the way and get some good sleep and not have to worry about anybody messing with you, not have to worry about going to jail for it. Please come and stay there, and then you're on your trip. Like, why the hell not? God, people just don't. We've got to be better than this. We got to take care of each other. So that kind of has put me on a new little path here. And this is such a beautiful thing. This is what it's about. This is expansion. This is growing. This is learning. This is discovering things. So anyways, so I don't particularly have I'm not ranting, but it has definitely showed me some things as I'm right in the middle of it. But I'm going to keep you guys updated. This has definitely turned into a whole new new type of adventure. So we'll see what happens. And there you go. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to go down to this water, this beautiful water. I'll get some pictures and a little video. And I am going to, I don't know, meditate, write, journal. Who knows what's next? How fun is that? Just be spontaneous and go with the flow. Talk to y'all later. You can swim here. You can kayak. I wish I had my kayak. Oh my gosh, do I wish I had my kayak right now. And it's so warm right now. It's amazing. And then I wish I had a fishing pole, which I'm gonna probably go get one that breaks down. And then you can bring your dogs here too. You can have your dogs. That's cool. That's very cool. As long as you're respectful, clean up the poop. Anyways, this is gorgeous, and my tent spot's like right up there, over there. Just walked not very far to get here. Too beautiful.